You got bills, a boo, and a backache. I mean,
Hello.
all three of them bees. So you ain't got time to
All right. So back probably in about 2022, when I was at home at night by myself, Sergio was working, I would find stuff to do. Y'all probably remember because y'all have always followed me on Instagram. It would be late at night. I would either be talking about movies that I had seen, or talking about shows that were on Netflix that I had watched, or I was talking about songs that had just come out, the lyrics and stuff, just crazy stuff, and recording myself on Instagram Live. And so I invited Stephanie to come do it too. And I was like, it was called Late Night Shenanigans. That's what I called it. Like in the captions was always Late Night Shenanigans. And she was like, hey, you want to change that to Late Night She-Nanigans. I was like, that's what's up. And so that's where the name She-Nanigans came from. And so from that, I was like, I wanted to kind of branch it out to focus on things that we deal with in our age group right now. We are all 40 plus, and there are lots of things that we are navigating in life right now, be it love, be it loss, be it family, be it friends, faith, perimenopause, all of that stuff. Because me and Shan was about to faint today in the car stand.
Girl,
Wasn't
right?
nobody else hot but us. But yeah, all of that. So, girl.
Oh,
So that's kind of it. That's kind of like the background of it all, Shan.
okay.
I always got different irons in the fire. I'm the book clubs and all the stuff
Right.
I'll be throwing out there trying to do. So, girl. So hopefully this one will take off, and we will be a help and a hope to other people. And just comic relief. A good
For
time,
sure.
laughing, unfiltered, real and raw. We ain't trying to put on no shit. We ain't trying to be something we not. We just gonna be ourselves. We're gonna be real and raw. So yeah, I
Absolutely.
want each of you all to introduce yourselves. And Shan, you can go first.
Man, okay. Well, Shan Williams. Like I said, me and Christy, we been kicking it since 30 plus
Yeah,
now.
92.
92,
Yeah.
30 plus.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I
Hmm.
said, I'm ready to see where this gonna go, where it's gonna be, where
Yeah.
it's gonna take us. I'm ready for the fun. I'm ready for the
Hmm.
ride.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh
Hold
yeah.
on. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. And I'm
All
sorry,
right.
Shan, there's a lag. So I'm talking and then you talking, and I can't kind of really, I don't mean to talk over you if it seems like I'm talking over you, but it's kind of a lag. It's kind of behind, I think.
Okay.
So that's the
Hello,
thing. So I'm gonna share my screen.
All right.
I'm back.
Danielle, do you think you can be on here without your video and just your audio? You think that'll help the process?
Whatever. I just got back on. It just kept disconnecting me.
All right.
I would come on
So I'm
here.
gonna spin. Can you see my screen, Shan?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So, She-Nanigans, unfiltered stories of life, love, faith, and friendship after 40. Here we go.
Hello?
So, building sisterhood in the me era.
So I think
Me
it'll be a
too.
good one.
Finding genuine connection post 40. So, and I think
Post 40.
that is really a hard thing to do once you get to a certain stage in life, Shan. I really believe that it's difficult because we have built up all these standards, or these precepts and things that we look for, that we're accustomed to in relationships and friendships and connections. So, and when everybody is so focused on me, how do you know when somebody is really in your corner? You know what I'm saying?
That is true. You never really can tell if it's genuinely want to be a friend
Mm-hmm.
to you, or they see something that you're doing that could possibly benefit them.
Correct. Absolutely. So I can go
So,
ahead, finish.
no, that's why I'm just saying, it's really hard to figure that out, because if you haven't been friends with somebody for so long or known them, it's really hard, like you said, to find that
Mm-hmm.
connection.
That's true. That's true. And so I like the point you brought up about people. You really don't know if people are genuinely in your corner or if they're just trying to see where this relationship, friendship will take them. Um, that's a very, very good point. And I like to go back to, you know, growing up, going to Madison. I didn't really know who was really my friend, Shan, or who was just trying to be my friend to see what they could get. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew my daddy had to store across the street.
Right.
Oh, you can give me this. You can, and it's as petty or as minimal as it may sound now, because we are adults. In high school, it was a big thing. Hey, I want to get this. I want some chips. I want some this. I want some that. Whatever you got to give me, I want. So it was
Right.
like, are y'all really riding with me, or are y'all trying to see what y'all can get out of me because y'all know my daddy got this store across the street? You know? And I know it was some people who obviously were just in it for what they could get, because we ain't have conversations, we ain't really talk to each other, but when you did see me, it was like, hey, can I get this? Can I get that? Really? No. So kind of translating that to today, I'm a totally different person 30 years later. And if I feel that vibe from you, I'm chunking the deuce. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Man, for real, because it's like I'm too old for it.
Absolutely. And what really are you doing? Like, we're both adults. So what is it that you're trying to gain? Like, what is it that you want from the situation? I mean, why can it not be a genuine give and take? Okay, here's another thing. How do you know when it's not genuine? How can you tell? What's the first sign, Shan, that you look for in trying to create new connections where you might be like, oh no, this person ain't? And it could be friendship, it could be relationship, it could be love interest. What are some red flags that come up, when you are trying to find those genuine connections?
It's about me. They may not come out and say it's about me, but their actions.
Mm-hmm.
So, say for instance, they may be going through something, or they may be feeling something, and they want you there, but they're not willing to give what they want you to give them.
Correct. Correct.
Hello.
Correct. Can you be a little bit more specific? We're going to be specific. We're not going to be specific. We're not going to turn into the ocean, goddamn. We're going to be specific. Can you be a little bit more specific? Can you hone in on what that looks like? What does that look like? What does it sound like?
Girl, it looks like, okay, say for instance, whether it be a friendship or a relationship, I'm going through a tough time in my life, and I need you there for me. I need you to be my support. I need you to be my shoulder to cry on. But a couple of months later, I'm going through something. I'm going through some hard times. I call you, you don't have the
Yeah.
time to answer. I'm looking for that same sympathy and empathy from you. You can't give it to me. But, I'm sorry that you're going through this. But everything turns back to you. It's like, how did a conversation
Mm-hmm.
about me turn
Mm-hmm.
into your situation?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good, Shan. And that brings me to a particular situation that me and you both know about. Like, why is there not any type
Yeah,
of
right?
reciprocity? We ain't gotta be dating, we ain't gotta be in love. But if you say you're a friend at some point in the friendship, especially at 40 plus, there's going to be some type of give and take, some type of reciprocity. Like, if I was there for you in your time of grief, let me go back. Let me go back. Maybe it's on me. Maybe I shouldn't expect it. Maybe I shouldn't expect me from other people. Maybe we're the problem.
Girl, because why in the world would I expect kindness and sympathy and empathy from someone that calls themselves a friend? I mean, why would I have that in my mind?
Correct.
I mean,
and so,
I just thought, maybe I just assumed.
Yeah, that you would, even if you're not an empathetic type person, even if you are not capable of showing sympathy, that's just not your normal routine. That's just not your normal characteristic. Once I've done it to you, once I've extended the sympathy and the empathy to you, and then that comes back around, and now I'm going through what you went through, especially if it's the same situation. If it's the same situation you just went through, and I was there to extend the sympathy, the empathy, the shoulder to cry on, the talks, and whatever else I lended to you, why you can't do the same thing? Even if that's not your normal nature. Why can't you do the same thing?
I mean, it's literally just, dang, they was there for me. Out of the kindness of my heart, I'm going to give them what they gave me. That's all you got to do. That's it.
So Stephanie has come on to the podcast. Welcome in, Stephanie. Welcome in. I've already told the story about how, you know. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's just a natural instinct. Every time I see her, I just crack up because she's so goofy. But now I don't see her no more. But yeah. So Stephanie, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself. Shan and Danielle already introduced themselves. Danielle is having killer technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on, but you can go ahead and introduce yourself, Stephanie.
Okay, well, I'm Stephanie. I ain't saying my last name. I'm Stephanie, and I am 47, so I'm a 40 plus, almost 50. And
how we know
what else are we supposed to say? Oh, well, all of us we graduated from high school together, class of 96, whoop, whoop, whoop. And you know, we all grew up in Highland Park area. You know, it was one of the best times of our lives. I think I loved high school. So we always have some great memories there, and that's a great connection that we have. And you know, I'm living in these education streets, and you know, I want to quit every day, but hey, that's what pays my bills. But hey, I'm Stephanie. I love to laugh and have fun. Absolutely. And I love Jesus.
The prayer.
Amen.
We ushered Christ into this with the prayer because, yes, absolutely. We prayed and all that. I felt like we needed to pray because I do want this to take off, and I want this to reach people who need to be reached, whoever that may be. And like I said, there is a disclaimer. We aren't claiming to be holier than thou. All of our subject matter will not be about faith. There will be some raw subject matter, but I still believe that if things are done decently in order, if this is meant to be, God will supply the increase. So the topic that was when I did the wheel, the topic that it stopped on was building sisterhood in the me era, finding genuine connection post 40. So what are your initial thoughts on that topic, Stephanie?
Hello?
My initial thoughts is that your circle becomes smaller. You don't have as many as friends as you did when you're like in your 20s. When you're more social, the circle is a little bit smaller. I think that number one, because of life. Life happens. And then you really don't need a big circle because you may have kids, you got different responsibilities. So you can't be as friendly as you were in 20s. You ain't got the time. You got bills, a boo, and a backache. I mean,
Hello.
all three of them bees. So you ain't got time to be that social. But so I think that that's one of the reasons why your circle kind of small, because of the responsibilities. But secondly is, I mean, you find out you don't need that many friends. You really don't. You don't need that many friends. Um, Less drama, you know. You ain't got to please everybody. So that's my take on that over 40. And then family becomes important too. So you might have grandkids, your kids grown. And if you don't have kids, you may be an auntie, and then you going to their games. You're just trying to be a mentor to those that, since you don't have kids. I know for me, I don't have kids, so I'm trying to do stuff for my nieces. Showing up for them. So family becomes a priority too when you get that
Okay.
over 40
Yeah.
age.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just all about being transparent. And y'all know me, everybody on here knows that I extend myself too much too soon. Y'all have told me that for the most part, especially uh Danielle and Stephanie, y'all have told me that. Shan, I don't think you told me that, but you may have witnessed me doing that. Since we've been hanging real tight and you've seen different people come in and out of my life. Like what happened to oh I don't fool him no. Oh, I don't fool him. So I really do believe that you have to be really strategic if you are trying to build genuine connections. And I feel like that's a good thing to have. I'm not saying you need to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people that you mingle with, but genuine connections to me are valuable 40 plus, because life is happening. There's so many things happening. Your parents are aging. You're going through different stages of your life. Divorces, death, Asian parents. So I feel like you really do need those core people who will really be there for you in those times. And I'm the first to admit, I have a yeah. I don't have a. I guess my I don't know. My people radar may not be good, or it's me expecting me from people, then getting pissed off when I don't get that, and I'll be like, I'm done with you, go away. And that's probably what it is. And I'm just gonna be as real can be, because this is unfiltered and I'm being transparent. The more I think about the friends I have had that were really good friends, I'm not gonna call their names, they were really good friends. We're not friends anymore. And I'm like, why are we not friends anymore? Because I felt a certain way about the way they were behaving or not behaving based on my feelings. And so I decided to be done. I'm done. 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 Just done. Done. And I mean, it may or may not have been correct. In some of the instances, I feel like you playing in my face. You playing in my face. I've been nothing but nice to you. You're playing in my face. There are friends who I have been friends with. Yeah, I mean, since high school. We don't necessarily have to talk every single day. We don't see each other all the time, but we are still friends. There's still a connection that is there. So even with that, I believe those are genuine connections. I don't. If I gotta see you every single day, if I gotta talk to you every single day, is this really a connection, or is it just habitual? Are we really connecting on a deeper friendship level, or is it just something we do out of habit? So yeah, that's how I feel about that as well too. Danielle, can you hear? Are you able to lend your opinion on this?
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear, but I need to know what the
Oh,
original
I'm sorry,
question
baby girl.
was.
So The arrow landed on building sisterhood in the me era, finding genuine connection post 40. Hi.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey,
Hi,
Nikki.
Nikki Barker. How are you?
Hey.
Um, yeah,
Frazzled.
for being over 40 and having connections is hard. Uh, I think because we grew up in a different time too, and how we made connections as kids. These kids don't make connections like that. Like, uh, everything is like online for them, or on an app, or in a they just, and they're different. They're more I don't, because working with the younger generation too, me being older and working with them, they just I don't know, that it's just weird. They just, how they connect with each other. It's everything's on a phone. Everything's like, oh, through TikTok, through their Facebook page, or mainly TikTok for them, and looking at Instagram. And yeah, for me, I think my connections that are deeper in my life are the connections that I have made as I was a kid and gone through adulthood. And some of my friends from, as a kid, I, like you said, I haven't been in their face every single day like we used to be, when we were, in high school or middle school or elementary, however far it goes back for you, or growing up in church I have, church friends. But it's through the years y'all are still connected, because I think it was built on a foundation of trust and love, and like the way our parents brought us up as well, especially with church. Like, these are people that are going to come in and out of your life through the years, and they're going to grow up, get married, go off, have families of their own. But I feel like, especially if the parents stay in the same community as far as church and all that, the kids are always kind of come back to each other. And I feel like my connections that I have are through when I started at my job. For instance, I started at where I'm at working now, Central Market. I started when I was 23 years old. So I have friends for life that I started with there. And we've continued through the years, and some have gone on and got other careers, finished school, went and got new careers, started families, but we're still friends. And I'm not in their face every single day, but it's those connections that I feel that can't be broken. Those connections will never be broken, because they weren't based on you liking my picture, or you know coming to my Facebook page, or you know all these superficial things that don't mean anything. It was based on genuinely talking to people in your face every single day, interacting with them, becoming part of their lives, whether you going out celebrating somebody's birthday, and or going to somebody's church, they invite you to church, or whatever, their parents are having a big party, anniversary party, and you're going over there. You're getting to really connect with these people. So I haven't made any true connections at this age, except for, no, really, because I've carried these people through my 20s, and like Christy and Stephanie, I've carried y'all through high school, and yeah, we've gone through times where we're not in each other's face every single day, but I have never felt that that lifeline was broken for me, that connection was not there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. For me to meet an adult now, I meet adults all the time, but it's brief because everybody has their own people, I guess, or it's hard to make connections, I guess, that weren't already there, because a lot of people don't aren't open as
Mhm.
well to make those
Yeah.
connections.
That's good, Danielle. And you said something very,
So
you said
yeah,
something that, at this age, it's hard to make those connections. And I'm going back to what Shan said earlier about not even knowing if people are really in your corner. And I guess that's something that you could, even at this age, you don't know if they're really for you to be for you or if they're really trying to see what they can get out of you, even at post 40. And that's crazy. And I keep going back to me and Stephanie always telling me, you you be doing too much. You be doing too much too soon. You be trying to have everybody, trying to be everybody's friend. And I guess you just really can't. But if I see a little connective tissue between me and somebody, I try to make it be something. And usually it does. In the beginning, it does become something. But somewhere down the road, jealousy or something rears its ugly head. And I'm just like, what's going on here?
But
well,
I think that, do y'all still hear my y'all still hear my fan? I'm sorry. But
no.
Absolutely.
hey, that's over 40, okay? Because I be high.
Baby.
I be high. But
Mhm.
that's on another day. That's on another subject. But I think sometimes, like me, I am very cautious in bringing people to the friend group or to even be my friend. I'm cautious of people because you have to, like in any relationship, you have to see people in different seasons. And
Yeah.
so you sometimes have to see people. I gotta see you through spring, winter, fall, and summer because I need to see. But I'm gonna see you from over there. Then if I can see you through these different seasons, then I bring you in because I've seen you when you were mad. I've seen you when you was upset. I seen you when you was sad. I've seen, so that's why a lot of times, and I'll say this about like even Shan, she was not somebody we hung out with, but I saw her in high school, and I can say that hey, she the
Absolutely.
same person she was when she was in high school. I even told Christy that because that it's been consistent. That her personality has been consistent. Danielle's personality has been consistent. It's been consistent. So I know for me, even for work, and people at work, it must have been 10, 15 years before I started going somewhere at people at work. They be like, oh, Stephanie, you not going here? No, I'm not going, no, no. I would tell people no, it was years because I don't want you in my business. I really don't want to know yours. Um, that's sometimes to keep it separated. You got to keep it separated sometimes because I'm going through a season, through different seasons. I just don't want you in my season. It's not being rude or mean, but you know you just got to handle some people with a long handle spoon at times. So that's my thing. And I know Christy, she was the one, she's the social butterfly of the group. So everybody, hey, come on in. She cool. She cool. He cool. Come on in. Come on in. Come on down. We going to Africa and we want you to go. No, you can't go to Africa with
Oh
us.
no, Stephanie, you're so right. And let me put a pin right here because I want to bring in Nikki, who's joined us. Nikki, if you would come back onto the screen. I don't see you. You might still be here, but put a pin right there going to Africa because I'm coming back to that. But Nikki, come on in, introduce yourself to us, and yeah, go ahead.
So my name is Elisa, but
Yes,
my
we
family
do.
calls me Nikki. Um, so I'm Christy's cousin. So I take it
Hey,
the
cuz.
main subject today is
It's
friendship
it.
after 40.
So the wheel
Hey,
was I
cousin
spun the
Danielle.
wheel and it landed on building sisterhood in the me era. Okay, finding genuine connection post 40. So that's the topic. The first topic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my friend circle was made like 40 years ago. So, I mean, I think I've made two friends in my adult life, but I've never been a social butterfly. I'm cordial to everybody, but I'm not friendly. So,
Well,
um,
damn. Thank you,
my
God.
circle has always been small. I mean, it's the truth. You know, I'm cordial to everybody, but no, I'm not friendly. In my circle, like I said, my circle was made like
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s. You know, my best friend Dawn and I, we've been best friends since I was
Mm-hmm.
5 and she was 6. The rest of them, you know, I met throughout like elementary, high school, college, and like I said, I think I've only made two friends in my adult life. Now, I know a lot of people, but they're not my friends. And I think that's another thing. I've always been able to categorize people accordingly. That's my colleague. That's my friend. This is somebody I know from church. This is somebody I know from school. You know, I might know you
Mm-hmm.
from school, but that
Yeah.
don't mean we
Yeah.
friends.
That's
Yeah.
good, and I believe that's a problem I have. Um, Stephanie and Danielle could probably chime in on this. I think that's an issue I have. I'm not a very good categorizer, I guess, when it comes to humans, because if we laugh together more than 5 times, oh, come on, let's go to Donya Letty's. Let's go to
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
like
You
that
pick
girl. Like that
you pick
girl. Like that
people.
girl. Like that girl. Like that girl.
but you can
Like
You
that
pick people
girl. Let,
up.
let me tell you, I'm sorry to,
not too much.
like that girl.
you can
You
be
want to pick
you can be
people
cool
up
with
and
people
dust
and you can
them
have
I
off.
shared
I can't
interests.
help that. I can't help that.
You can be cool
no,
with
but
you can
I
be
think
cool with people and don't have to jump
she
in this thing.
sees a glimpse. She sees a glimpse of, oh, she said something cool or she laughed and that was funny. But I be like, girl, it's cool. Hey, something ain't right.
But
You don't
you can
see
be
that?
cool. You can be cool with people. You can converse with people. You can have shared interests with people. But that don't make you friends. That just means that's somebody that's
Or we
cool
can
and you
hang
can
out.
converse with them. Yeah. You know, I hang out with
Yeah.
people that
Yeah, or
I'm
we
not
can.
friends with. We just have some
Well,
shared interests. But to be my
Yeah.
friend, it's way
but
deeper
see,
than
wait a
us
minute though.
sitting
How
and
do you
laugh
got to
about
get to
something.
that point though? So if there's a shared interest that we have,
Mm-mm.
if we both like the same if we both like the same stuff, you gotta see what's there. Like if you feel like there could be, that's how we all got together. That's how me and Stephanie
Oh,
became
you don't
cool.
got to.
That's how me and Danielle became cool.
You
That's how
don't.
me and Shan became.
You don't got to.
You don't always
You
have
But
don't
to
got
see
to.
what's there.
you
You
don't
don't always
always.
have to
No,
see
because
what's
if
there
that
because
Sometimes it'll
because
genuinely happen.
yes,
It'll
and
yeah,
genuinely
two, if
happen.
you're over 40 and if you're over 40 and you see some things that are not right, it's something deeper. Now, if we're hey, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Like that time,
I do.
like I'm gonna see it like at that time. You know what I'm talking about? I saw it right off. Like this girl is off, and you was like, no, she nice. She might be
Oh
nice,
my
but something ain't
god.
right. And the girl started like DMing
What?
her, and you gonna give me some money? You gonna? I ain't,
Oh, oh,
what?
no.
oh,
When we
oh.
went out of town, she said
Yeah.
that you was oh
Girl, like what?
yeah
What?
that part. Girl, I ain't yeah. But and I was like, this girl thinks that y'all are friends. She wanna be your friend, but like I said, when you see some strange things, there's something deeper, and then you ain't got to hang with them. Hey, when we come to church or we go to a comment, then we'll talk. But other than that, that's
So
it.
Yeah, I
That is
think you can be
that
cool
is
with
it.
people and you can kiki with them, but you don't you don't necessarily have to like take them all in. Now, I think like if you are in church together and it's like
Mm-mm.
you no, I'm not saying she got to be your friend just cuz she's in church, but I'm saying like you and Shan weren't close in high school, but y'all became closer because of church. But Shan is not crazy, and it happened
think,
organically. Y'all had a history, and
yeah.
y'all had a
But you knew
history
she
because
wasn't
y'all
crazy
had
in
both.
high school.
Yeah.
Shan, you were
Yeah,
not
that's what
crazy in
I'm
high
saying.
school.
Like
So
she when
that's
she
why
But you also didn't know her like that in high school. You got to know her as you were older from church. So, yeah, she wasn't crazy in high school, but you don't know people outside of whatever element. Like you don't know people outside of
Yeah.
church, what they do. Just because they come to church don't mean they, you know, good
Correct.
people. But through the years of you getting to know Shan because y'all thrown into choir together, y'all thrown into classes together, y'all thrown in, and y'all get to listen to each other and the things that come out of your mouth. She got to see what kind of mother you are with your children. You got to see her and her family element and y'all both are there for one purpose, right? To praise the Lord at church, to fellowship with other Christians. And because y'all had that shared experience from high school, that just made it even
Mhm.
better. But like that happened
Correct.
organically. Like that wasn't forced.
Correct.
That wasn't like the
yes.
minute you saw Shan at church, you like, oh, you went to Madison, girl, yeah. Then we going here, we going there, and we going everywhere. You know, that you tend to do that with people I think because you try to pick people up and you try to give them a purpose, you try to give them you just see what they could be like and you just want to make everybody cuz I told
You
you that
did.
you want to make everybody reach their full potential of however if they say something you're like oh yeah you need to do that now you're researching everything for
And they don't
them
give
you're
not
like
two
bringing them
shits
to new
about me.
cities you're like
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
yeah you're just doing the
Huh?
And they don't
most
care. And Stephanie said I overextend.
and and that I don't think yeah you're romanticizing something that's not there yet. I feel like you have a good time with somebody, or you laugh or whatever, and you're like, man, they're cool, and you automatically just try to bring them in. There's nothing wrong with
Mm-mm.
that because I think that you have to just like take your time with it and let it organically happen. Because if it's gonna be a friendship, it's gonna find its way.
She
You know, it's
gone. That
gonna
was
make its
good.
way. Of
She
course,
gone.
being over
That was
40 and
good. And
being
she
older,
gone.
you have to put a little more
Oh my
effort
gosh.
into
So
it because everybody's
Man, she
busy,
gone. Cause
you know,
I
kids,
think her
work,
connection was going
if you're
down.
going back
But
to
yeah,
school, you know, all
yeah,
kinds of things.
cause
Life
that's
is
what it
just
was
busy.
because it's
So,
in
yeah,
that
but if
circumstance with
it's, I
the
feel like if
newest
it's
person.
gonna be a friendship,
No,
that's gonna
that
happen.
okay,
It's
no,
gonna happen, but you
not the
can't
new, not the
force it to
other.
happen. And then you
Didi, you
can't
talking
See,
about Didi?
that's how many
You
people
talking
in
about
being got
Didi?
expect that
dog it.
everybody
Here's your
is
order. Is
going
that who you talking
to
about?
act accordingly,
No, I'm not talking about
like
that
these
one.
people that
Yeah.
like get
I ain't
mad
talking about
so
that
fast
one.
and just be
But
out
that was
of
fast too.
Boy, no,
That
it
was
that's
wasn't
fast
it.
too.
even
But
an
then y'all
No.
had
established
a
friendship.
commonality.
That's not somebody I think
Yes.
you want to
Y'all
invest your
had a
time
common
with
thing,
anyways.
and that was like swoosh. Like it was like
But
0 to
we have
60
even with
really
that
really
commonality, we
fast.
had so many other things in common. So many other things in common.
But you didn't wait for the different seasons for it. You didn't wait for the different seasons. It was at first just a hey, and that commonality at first. It wasn't enough different seasons. So that's why, you know, and then too, this is another thing too. It happened when you gain friendships really, really fast. It's easy to drop them. Hey, I done. Okay, you're
You
my friend.
done.
Dumb. I ain't got to talk to you ever
Ever.
again. I'm done. I'm done,
Yeah.
and I don't feel bad about it. So you gain the friendships fast, or with these temporary or part time friendships fast, but then you drop them fast, and I'm good with that. Hey, and so it may be like seem like you have a lot of friendships in the trash can, and they really want friendships that were thrown away anyway because they weren't true friendships. They was just really acquaintances. They probably should have stayed in that acquaintance
And for some, you right, Stephanie, but
category.
some that you know about, I feel like were real true friendships. And
Yeah,
it just
I get. And then you do have them, but then
correct.
those are not that many. Those are not that many. But them
Yeah.
fly away, and you gonna have those. You are going. I
Mhm.
know one, of course. I have one, and so you're not gonna have many of those. But those acquaintances that you try to put in the silent friend group, you chunk the deuces real fast. Goodbye, and you move on.
Yeah.
Don't even skip a beat. Fine.
Yep. Okay, y'all. Well,
Good riddance.
thank you. We gonna wrap it up because we got another thing we have to record. So we gonna go around and I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna ask this last clarifying question. Genuine connections post 40. Are you down for them, Stephanie? Can they exist? Post 40, can you create genuine sisterhood connections post 40? Yes or no? Uh-uh.
You talking about new ones or
Building
keep the old
new
ones?
ones post 40. Okay. Nikki?
That's difficult now. That's difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
All
It's not
right.
likely for me,
Shan?
but it's possible.
Mm-mm.
You can, but it'll take time. It's going to be a lot quicker than, I mean, it's going to be a lot longer to build a friendship now than it was when we were younger.
Okay. And for me, I've tried it. None of the friendships that I have intentionally tried to build post 40 have survived. None of them. Not a single solitary one. Not a single one. I'm just sitting here thinking like, not a one. All right. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of She-Nanigans with Stephanie, Nikki, Shan, Danielle, and myself, where we discuss unfiltered stories of life, love, faith, and friendship after 40.